Yo, welcome back in action. It's your boy. What's up, man? Nico, what's good with you, man? Back in the
Finally,
States?
finally, yeah. I lived for 2 weeks, and then it's been a month. Time
Things
flies.
things been a month.
Yeah, yeah. Because you couldn't do two days, and then I couldn't do the next 2 days. So it's a month.
So yeah, but we still been cranking out products, so it's been all good, man. So welcome back, my
Yeah.
dude. Welcome back, man.
Welcome back. How you
Um,
been?
I've
Everything
been
cool?
good. I've been good, man. I haven't been international like you, my friend. You know, you going back home, going to Colombia. But there's
I
some
gotta do my
international.
thing.
Yeah, that's right. There's some things on the plate though. There's some international things on the plate. So
More things coming soon, though.
yes, hey, that's what it's all about. So let's get right to it, man. The topic right now is on everybody's lips.
It is.
Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine and Russia. So I kind of want to get into your thoughts from what you know since you just got back. Ukraine and Russia have had a standing issue. Russia had in Georgia, Russia and its neighboring, I guess, countries that it used to have under its regime. They've been beefing for a while, but I want to ask you this: earlier in the years, remember the last 2 years, before the Ukraine Russia situation, we had a similar issue in Palestine dealing with Israel. There was an issue down in Cuba, and there's even been issues between like say Tibet and China, to where you know there are countries or there's sovereignties that have had issues with larger world powers, countries have you, that have had these strong arm tactics in regards to keeping territory. Not sure if it's for resources, but maybe a show of force. How do you feel overall when it comes to a smaller country defending itself against overwhelmingly larger country? And how would you compare it to how America approaches certain aspects of diplomacy? So, what do you feel about smaller countries defending themselves against larger countries, and what do you feel about America's diplomacy in regards to that situation?
Well, in regards to the first one, I think it's very sad. Not only that not even the government, but a country's citizens have to defend themselves against another power. That being a sovereign body like a government. It's not even like a terrorist group,
Mm-hmm.
or at least we're not calling it that. But that's what they're acting like. So
Mm-hmm.
that's very sad that someone that shouldn't be attacking anybody, their job is, you govern your country, you want your country to prosper and everything, to
Mm-hmm.
just come after you. That's very sad, number one. Number two is obviously unfair because they're going after the little guy. They don't want to fight with President Xi. They don't want to go. They don't want to go after Kim Jong Un. They don't want to go after the big dudes. They just want to go after the Ukraine. Um, I think it's very sad. I mean, it's 2022, I think, and they don't even want to go after financial consequences, any hacks, no nothing. Like they're just going straight after innocent people. I mean, if you're a war, if you're a soldier, hey, you signed up for it. Go do your thing. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But actual citizens, civilians who didn't ask for anything, just because people have disagreements, I think that's very sad. And also, as far as the U.S. getting involved, the we're so used to seeing our country. I don't want to say interfering because it sounds wrong, but being involved in other issues around the world. That now, if something bad happens, you kind of look and expect a move. So when the US doesn't do it, it kind of looks bad. So in a sense, I understand why they don't do it. Because if the US gets involved, it's gonna get even worse.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it has repercussions against the US, which we're also going through our own things over here. We're dealing with all this inflation, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and that's already bad enough. So there's no money to go to war. then if we do go to war, we gotta create more money, and that money created is gonna make inflation way worse. Look today's inflation like child's play. So the US usually gets involved. I see why they don't get involved. And also I see why they would. Like now they have a reputation of we go help and we always save the, I don't know, little guy, whatever. And now they don't do it. So now the whole country looks bad. So it's just, I mean, it's just crazy. And even if the US helps, and not even the US itself, but NATO, if they get involved, I mean, and that's another thing, NATO. Why does NATO wanna defend the Ukraine now? They didn't join before. They weren't even part of the EU. They just joined the EU now, but they weren't part of NATO. So NATO is the gang, and now they attack somebody else, and now they want to go and defend them. Like, why? If you cared about them, why didn't they join before? So
Right.
that's also what I don't understand. I don't know. What do you think? Should the US get involved? If
So
so, how?
I look at it like this, look at it like this. The population of the world is what, pushing 7.5, maybe 8 billion people, right? Um, resources, food, water, land, medicine. Uh, these are the major things that, the human species needs. I don't know how the perpetuation of war is important to humankind. Like, I look at this skirmish between Russia and Ukraine. I don't know how that's important for the Ukrainian people or the Russian people. I don't know how that either this skirmish betters the population of either country. I look at all the players getting involved, all the allies and everybody getting involved. I don't know how what's going on in the Ukraine is beneficial to any population, the American population, Canadian population, UK, German, Russian, whoever, no matter what the country. I don't know how it's beneficial to the populations of the world, any skirmish that goes on. And now that's just a fact. The bigger problem I see is yes, it affects the markets, it affects inflation. We don't have money to better the world. At least when I look at like how America rolls down, because we let capitalism get in the way, but we can find money for a war. And I don't understand the reasons completely why Russia is invading the Ukraine. But what I do see is, like you said, it's 2022. How are we still using boots on the ground? How are we still using machines of war, tanks and missiles to attack a nation that's not trying to attack anyone else? Ukraine's not attacking anyone. Ukraine's not invading anyone, but Russia literally is using literal military force against them. And I'm trying to see what's the means to the ends. What are they hoping to accomplish? We're in a technological age. You can use information, computers, the economy. You can use food control, control of commerce, and control of import export. That's what sanctions are all about, to really kind of get everybody to play ball. To literally use tanks and boots on the ground looks to me just like a show. It's just a show of force. And I'm trying to say, are we still in that place in human history to where we still need to do things that way on a larger war scale? That's just my thing about it. My bigger thing though is, I understand it's really bad for those in the Ukraine, because there's a personal thing between Vladimir Putin and them. But what I will say is like this: what happened when the same thing happened in Palestine? There were a few things about Palestine, but not this type, didn't get this type of press, and that's been happening just as long. Similar things happened with the people in Cuba, and I saw all the Cuban flags about help the Cuban people, and it happens all around the world. It happens in Africa. It happens in all parts of the world. China, it happens definitely in China, but it happens here in America. And then you get these little cells of sympathy. You get a hashtag and all this type of thing, but it really doesn't make a move. When America wants to invade someplace, it invades someplace, and there's no rally of powers against America from doing regime changes or what they like to call project freedoms or liberations. It's one of those things where it's just like, again, I don't understand on the baseline, on the bottom line, how is military action, unless you're really trying to stop a madman or stop somebody with nuclear weapons, like really try to stop someone from decimating a population. I don't see how war in this day and age is beneficial to any country's population. I just don't see.
I mean, there's always benefits to it. It's just that they care about them more.
I guess it's who benefits. Who's the one that benefits? Because in war,
well, Vlad and his people.
Yeah,
Vlad and his people.
Like, right, if you're wealthy in Ukraine, you're not benefiting. If you're wealthy in Russia, maybe you're benefiting. Anywhere else in the world that's feeling the ripples of what's going on, affecting the markets and whatnot, is not benefiting. So the effects on millions to billions because of maybe something personal or political going on between the Ukraine and Russia. I understand why there's been such swift action against Russia as far as sanctions, but man, they really shouldn't even be like that. Like, what edge does Russia have to gain in that small aspect that would help them on the world stage? I don't understand. I don't understand the move of it, unless it's just people with too much power, too much money, just bored and got nothing better to do with themselves and bring havoc to the world. And I really think that's like a lot of how a lot of oligarchs and those and people in powerful places, not just in, say, Russia, but in China, America.
You're cutting off really bad.
Oh, and you're frozen for me.
You're cutting off really bad.
Yeah, you just froze. Sorry.
You just froze the whole thing, yeah.
But
have I been freezing or cutting off?
Just right now.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, that was it, man. That was my point in that regard. Just to kind of say, I don't see the value of war. Not in 2022. I don't see the value of war.
No. There's none. I mean, these people are not attacking Russia. No one's going to attack Russia, really. And it's not, I mean, Russia, whatever benefit they see, just well, not Russia, but the top officials of the government, like these people are just crazy. They need to smoke a blunt and hug it out with their parents. So it's really BS. Like,
maybe so, man. Maybe
not doing anything to you. They're pretty much siblings, bro. It's like saying Colombia, Venezuela. Like, why are you going after them? The Ukraine is pretty much Russia.
Yeah,
if I'm Ukrainian
or Siberian,
and I want to go to Russia, I just go.
Yeah. If you're Ukrainian, so Siberian,
that's it.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's
just crazy. It's a very ignorant way of seeing things.
Yeah, but there's a power play and a power move to everything. But yo, that's my word on it. You got anything else for me, man?
No. How long have we been doing this one? You want to leave it at 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm good. We can just keep it quick.
All right. Comment down below, everybody. What the hell you think about Vlad Putin? Does he need to smoke a blunt? If you don't like weed, that's all right. Does he need to just hug it out with their parents? Should we get him a better health membership so he can, fix up his issues? Because this man is clearly crazy. We hope they work it out. It sucks for the Ukrainian people. It sucks for the Russians because people are very stereotypical. They're blaming it on all Russia. That's also very stupid. Whoever has the blame for all of this is the ones, firing the guns, taking the missiles down, following the orders, not the actual Russian citizens who are not doing anything. A lot of them, I'm sure, and we've seen riots, they don't even agree with it. Comment down below what you think. Who's got the hottest girls? Russia? The Ukraine? Comment down below. And if you're a girl, what country has the most handsome men? Russians or Ukrainians? I think that's how you say it. Leave a like.
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Share this with all your friends. Tell them if they're not watching Rico and Nico, they're missing out. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all the support. Take it easy. Peace. Bye, Rico. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back, bro.
I think it's I think it's the Ukrainians, by the way. I think they're better.
Indeed.